The rain began just after midnight on October 23, 1973, a quiet, persistent curtain of water over the Idaho panhandle. By dawn, the drizzle had stopped, but something was wrong. A profound silence had settled over a stretch of Highway 12, deeper than the forest, more absolute than the grave. No birds, no logging trucks, just an unnerving stillness. This wasn't just any quiet morning, this was the morning after the town of Harwell simply ceased to be. One moment it was a lively pinprick of light in the valley, the next it was gone, not destroyed, not evacuated, but erased. The air felt hollow where nearly 300 souls had been just hours before. Travelers passing by felt a chill, a sense of loss for something they couldn't name. Imagine standing on that empty road, expecting to see a town, but finding only an unbroken sea of trees. No rubble, no destruction, just the perfect absence of what should be there. The forest had reclaimed the land overnight, swallowing every trace of Harwell. This is where our story begins, not with a bang, but with a terrifying, deafening silence. That silence has echoed for over 50 years, becoming a legend among locals. The story of Harwell is a puzzle with no picture, a mystery that defies explanation. Did a town just get up and walk away? Or did something far stranger happen under that soft autumn rain? We're going on an expedition into the past, into the heart of a void, to search for the truth behind the vanishing town of Harwell. Welcome to the mystery. Before it became a ghost story, Harwell was a real place, or so the memories say. A classic logging town, one main street, a general store, a diner, a schoolhouse, and a gas station. Life revolved around the sawmill, its whistle marking the day. Families had lived there for generations, carving out a life from the Idaho wilderness. It was a tight-knit, unremarkable community in the best way. Stable, friendly, ordinary. The town felt permanent, as rooted as the ancient trees they harvested. On October 22, 1973, no one imagined their world was about to vanish. Harwell wasn't dying, it was alive and well, making plans for the future. The disappearance wasn't a slow fade, it was a sudden, inexplicable amputation. One day it was there, the next it was a memory haunting the back roads of Idaho. Here's where the mystery deepens. When you search for proof of Harwell, you find nothing. No land deeds, no census records, no mention in the state archives. Old maps show only empty forest where Harwell should be. Online, there's nothing but conspiracy forums and rumors. No official documents, no news articles. For all official purposes, Harwell never existed. Yet, memories persist. People from neighboring towns remember Harwell, driving through, knowing someone at the mill, playing baseball against their team. These aren't vague recollections, they're concrete, consistent memories. It's memory versus record, human experience versus official history. So, what do we trust? The silent archives or the vivid testimony of those who swear they remember? Harwell exists only in stories, a ghost town in the truest sense. This conflict keeps the legend alive, fueling endless debate. Was there a cover-up, or is this a case of collective false memory? The mystery of Harwell is a battle between what's remembered and what's recorded. And that's what makes it so haunting. The truth remains elusive. Some of the most compelling evidence comes from first-hand accounts, stories too strange to dismiss. Take Frank, a long-haul trucker who regularly stopped at Harwell's diner. 2 days before the town vanished, he was there. A week later, the turnoff was gone, replaced by unbroken forest. Frank pulled over, bewildered. The road, the sign, the valley, erased as if they'd never existed. He described a feeling of dread, the landscape fundamentally wrong. No clearings, no power lines, just untouched wilderness. Frank's story spread, told with genuine fear and confusion. He wasn't alone. Other travelers reported similar experiences, a vanished gas station, blank sales records, memories with no physical proof. These are ordinary people, not seeking attention but haunted by what they saw. Their memories are the only evidence that Harwell was there one day and gone the next. The void remains. The most chilling piece of the puzzle is the last radio transmission. Harwell's ham radio operator Dave was on the air the night the town vanished. He started with small talk about the weather but grew increasingly agitated. He described a thick, glowing fog, a metallic smell, flickering power, and dogs barking before falling silent. His voice turned to panic. He whispered about lights in the sky, not stars, and a low humming sound. The road is gone, it's all gone, they're taking it all. Don't look for us, don't, then, static. Attempts to reach him failed. The phone lines to Harwell were dead. At first his story was dismissed as a prank, but as the town's disappearance became real, his final words took on new meaning. The recording, if it ever existed, has never surfaced. Only the testimony of those who heard it remains, a ghostly final message from a town on the brink. Dave's broadcast is the last known contact with Harwell. It's a chilling echo from the void. The legend endures. The silence that followed was absolute. In nearby towns, the topic of Harwell is met with fear and denial. Mention it to older residents and you'll get a cold stare, a quick change of subject. It's a story they don't like to talk about, a wound that never healed. Some say it's just a tall tale, but their nervous glances suggest otherwise. The most peculiar artifacts are the ghost letters, mail addressed to Harwell, postmarked from a town that didn't exist, appearing years after the disappearance. These undelivered letters are a tangible link to the vanished town, a bureaucratic anomaly. Where did they come from? Who sent them? No one knows. It's a final, unanswered message from the void. So, what happened to Harwell? Theories abound. Some say it was a paranormal event, strange lights, eerie fog, an entire town abducted or shifted into another reality. Others suspect a government experiment gone wrong, the town erased to cover up a catastrophe. The simplest theory? Harwell never existed, a modern folktale, a case of collective false memory. The trucker's story, the radio broadcast, the ghost letters, just compelling elements of a legend. In the end, Harwell remains an enigma, a ghost story haunting Idaho's wild heart. Was it real, or just a powerful myth? Perhaps the truth doesn't matter as much as the questions it raises. The world is stranger than we think, and some places, once lost, can only be found in memory. What do you believe? The search for answers continues.